So interesting conversations there with Mike Sando and current and former coaches about the ability or inability of Caleb Williams. Let me tell you what I think of Caleb Williams. What I think is that in year two, there's going to be a learning curve. I said this going into year one because I watched him at USC and I thought, okay, there's some things where he just makes something out of nothing. But you could do a lot of that in college. If you watch college football like I do on Saturdays, man, you see quarterbacks all the time just draw it up in the dirt, going behind the line of scrimmage 10 yards and somehow get a completion down the sidelines for a first down or for a touchdown. You see this all the time. But the closing speed of defenders in the National Football League is so very quick. It's sudden. You've got 2.5 seconds at the most to get the ball out. And if you don't, you're going to get killed, or it's going to be an incompletion, or it's going to be a bad play. So for Caleb Williams, with the amount of offensive coordinators, whether it's Coach Brown or Coach Waldron or Eberflus or whoever was in his head, there was a lot of different voices that was telling him what to do. And I just think that from Caleb Williams' standpoint, it's a clean slate. It's new for him. All this is going to be new for him on how he's going to be able to develop as a quarterback. The one thing for sure, as you see in the right-hand corner right there, that guy right there at USC was a gunslinger. But the guy that we have in the National Football League now, with Caleb Williams, he's going to have to learn to get the ball out. And there are no excuses for Caleb Williams anymore. Last year, maybe not enough weapons, or the offensive line was rickety, or Eberflus was inept, blah, blah, blah. So what Ryan Poles has done is removed the excuses for Caleb Williams. In that, Caleb Williams being a tier 3 quarterback is right, is exactly who he is. Now, can he get to a tier 2 quarterback? And how does he do that? He's got to make his layups, meaning that he's got to connect to his tight ends, Komet and Colston. That means that he's going to have to be able to, again, get the ball out to wide receivers that are open, like DJ Moore and Roma Dunze. Luther Burden's part of this team now, who's quick and just unbelievable speed coming out of Missouri. Zacchaeus, all these guys that's on this team. There's a number of weapons he's got to go to, but he's got to get the ball out. Now, I look at this tier list and I say, okay, tier 3 is Caleb Williams. Is he going to be better than Kyler Murray this year? Murray's put up some tremendous numbers, by the way. Even though I'm not a fan of Kyler Murray from Arizona, from the Cardinals, I just know that he's put up tremendous numbers. He's got great wheels. Think about it. Caleb Williams, Kyler Murray. Caleb Williams and a Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers. I think we know how that goes. Even though Rodgers is in the autumn of his career, this might be his last year in the NFL with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But still, I mean, you know how much of a Bears killer that he is. So Rodgers, obviously you take him over Caleb. Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. We just saw him in the game against the Bears, the first preseason game at Soldier Field. Tua is put up crazy numbers, and the reason why that he's still the quarterback and the reason why that he is QB1, he averaged 24 points per game, 11 games in 2024, 24 points a game. And when he wasn't quarterback, they were scoring 13 points a game. Shows you why he is tier 3, probably damn near a tier 2 quarterback in this league. But his production is great as long as he stays healthy, stays away from the concussions. Trevor Lawrence and Caleb Williams. Not the biggest Trevor Lawrence fan. I think the best quarterback that I saw was in Clemson in Trevor Lawrence, not the guy we see with the Jaguars. That's front office issues, that's talent issues, but also Trevor Lawrence, I think he's okay. Can Caleb be above him on this tier 3 list? Geno Smith, a solid veteran, been around for a while. You talk about a guy that's reborn. Watching him with Seattle and now with the Raiders, Geno Smith now working with Pete Carroll, that's a thumbs up because, Pete Carroll will be quarterback friendly. They'll run the football a lot. Geno Smith's going to make some good plays. And it's this kind of rebuild for the Raiders. So Caleb Williams, Geno Smith, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix. Bo Nix is better than him. Working with Sean Payton, Bo Nix, he turned some heads with the Broncos as quarterback. Sam Darnold had a charmed season, and now he's with the Seahawks. Don't know what that's like long term. I feel like Caleb's going to be better than Sam Darnold at some point. Drake May. I wanted the Bears to draft Drake May once upon a time before we started talking about Caleb Williams because I watched him at North Carolina. I'm like, this guy could be special, just Drake May. So Drake May, as a second-year player, we'll see what that looks like with the Patriots. And again, Caleb Williams is over Bryce Young and Kirk Cousins on this list. Think about that. And Bryce Young, there was some signs that he got better toward the end of the season after being benched for Andy Dalton, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. So this is, to me, this is going to be very interesting to see how this all works out. But the Chicago Bears, with Caleb Williams, man, they've got some work to do. There's no question about that, to be able to get better than they were last year. Hey, we are presented by Manscaped, manscaped.com. Make sure you check us out, manscaped.com. Use the promo code HOOD and save 20%. Okay, now, Tier 4, real quick. Tier 4, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Michael Penix, J.J. McCarthy, Daniel Jones, Joe Flacco from the Browns, Anthony Richardson, and Spencer Rattler. And Kenny Pickett is Tier 5. He's the only one in Tier 5. So I love this list every year. Russell Wilson deserves to be your Tier 4. I had a question about this. Oh, Kirk Cousins, I think, should be Tier 4. I think that based on how he played with the Atlanta Falcons last year, I can see him being the top of Tier 4. But, I mean, no big beef there. But, yeah, this tier list is always fun. Check it out, theathletic.com, and make sure that you check out Mike Sando and what he has for this tier list. But again, think about the quarterbacks that are behind Caleb Williams on this tier list. Hall of Famers like Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, that they've got Justin Fields, and Justin deserves to be Tier 4, by the way. It's deserved. There's no question about that. Michael Penix, J.J. McCarthy in his first year, Daniel Jones, a veteran that has a chance with the Giants, Joe Flacco, Anthony Richardson, Spencer Rattler. Caleb Williams, quarterback for the Bears, he's got to be able to realize what he has in front of him. He's got a quarterback-friendly head coach to stand on his ass to make sure that everything is taken care of. From an offensive standpoint, offensive linemen, like 3 new offensive linemen to go along with bookends with Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright. And then from there, the defense, it's better than it was, I think, last year, especially on the line. So, again, very few excuses for this Bears team.